investor who invests money primarily in fixed deposit with banks and are worried about the falling interest rates, then this video is for you, because we are going to talk about certain near risk-free fixed income securities and other alternatives in fixed income securities that will help you to have better return on your fixed income portfolio. Before talking about the instruments that will help you improve returns on your portfolio, let us first talk about what are fixed income securities. So fixed income securities are nothing but debt securities that allows a person to lend to the person who wants money. So generally, when you invest in a fixed income security, you get the return in the form of interest payment. The interest payment might be made periodically in the form of cash inflows to an investor, or it might be cumulated and paid at the end of the period. Fixed income securities are relatively low risk instruments as compared to stocks or equity shares. And when you invest in fixed income securities, you do not get the ownership right as you do get in the case of equity shareholders. Fixed income securities are relatively low risk. They are a preferred choice of conservative investors. Let us first see what is the current interest rate scenario. So you can see on the screen the Treasury bond 10-year yield from 1996 to 2021. And if you see, there is a substantial drop for the period as you see in January 2021. Generally, the fall in the interest rates can be attributed to macroeconomic scenario. Government wants to stimulate the demand in the economy. Reserve Bank of India uses the interest rate as an instrument to stimulate the economic growth in the country. Generally, when the interest rates are kept lower, it stimulates economic growth because more and more people will come forward to borrow money at cheap financing cost. This will in turn lead to an increase in productive assets, which will create more employment. Further, the consumers also get cheaper loans so they can spend more. But this also has an impact on a small savers who primarily invest in interest-bearing securities because with the fall in interest rate, they are also losing an opportunity to invest in high-yield securities. So let us talk about what are the current interest rates that you can have when you invest in bank FDRs. The tenure is clubbed as 7 days to up to 10 years and the rates are as on January 12, 2021. So if you see, the top banks of the country offer interest rates in this range. So the maximum interest rate that you see that any of the banks offer is not more than 5.5%. So it ranges according to the tenure of the fixed deposit that you make with the bank, but none of the bank with the highest tenure of 10 years, they only offer 5.5% as the interest rate. So now, if we consider 5.5% as maximum interest rate that an investor can get, please remember these interests are taxable and so your post-tax interest rate is much lower as compared to 5.5%. So this is a cause of concern. And also we have to take into account the inflation which erodes our purchasing power. So let us see some of those instruments which are near risk-free as bank FDRs and offer us a higher interest rate as compared to the bank FDRs. So we have listed some of the securities and divided them into certain brackets. So if you see, the first category of securities, that is NSE, PPF, Kisan Vikas Patra, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme and Sukanya Samriddhi Account. These schemes are backed by the central government, so they are near risk-free because of the central government backing, and they offer much higher interest rate as compared to that offered by bank FDR. So just now we saw that the maximum interest rate available to you for various duration FDRs is not more than 5.5%. And in this case, when you see, the rates are much higher, at least 100 basis points to more than 100 basis points, 1.5 to 2% higher as compared to the bank FDR. Plus, the investment made in NSE, PPF, Sukanya Samriddhi account are also eligible to Section 80C tax deduction. So when you invest 1,50,000 in these schemes, not only you get a higher rate of interest as compared to your bank FDRs, you also get the benefit of Section 80C deduction on those. So you save your taxes by making investment here. Further, you need to take into account that these instruments come with a long lock-in period. So if you want to take advantage of this higher interest rate, you will have to forego liquidity because there is a long lock-in period for some of these instruments, and it's better to study the lock-in period before investing. Now let us talk about the next set of instruments. These are also near risk-free, as either they are backed by the central government, state government, or the RBI itself. Let's talk about RBI floating rate bond, which offers 7.15% coupon. Now this is also a lot higher as compared to 5.5% offered by bank FDRs. We need to remember that the interest on these RBI floating rate bonds is fully taxable, and RBI also does a TDS, tax deduction at source, before paying you the interest. The last category of bonds or fixed income instruments are relatively of higher risk, and they might be issued by public listed companies or companies who want to borrow money from the investors. So if you see, the list has commercial papers, corporate bonds which are high rated or investment grade, and corporate bonds which are high yield or speculative grade bonds, and also has debt mutual funds in it. We'll talk about debt mutual funds at great length in our next video. Today we'll talk about the NCDs, that is non-convertible debentures or bonds issued by the listed public companies, and whether they are the right investment choice for you or not. So before investing in a bond or an NCD, you need to take into account what are the risks involved when you invest in this fixed income securities. So the first and the foremost risk that is called the interest rate risk. Interest rate risk means the impact on the bond returns that are caused by the movement in the interest rates in the market. So let's say you have invested in a bond that had a 7% coupon, and now as interest rate in the market have gone up, let's say the similar rated bonds are issued at 8% coupon. In this scenario, because the investors will like to invest in a high yielding instrument which is giving them an 8% coupon, there will be a lower demand for your investment, and so the price of your bond that you have invested in will fall. This is termed as interest rate risk. Please remember that the interest rates and the bond prices are inversely related. The next kind of risk is the reinvestment risk. This happens when generally you opt for periodical interest payments. So when you have that periodic cash inflows in your hand, you run the risk of being able to invest the cash flows in a same kind of income yielding instrument. So let's say your instrument has given you a 8% return, but now because of the fall in interest rate, you run the reinvestment risk because you will not be able to deploy the cash inflows that you have at the same interest rate. The next important risk is the credit risk. This can be understood as the inability of the borrower or the issuer of the bond or NCD to pay the interests on time or to give back the principal repayment on maturity. So a credit risk or a default risk is a great risk when the issues are not backed by the government. The next is the liquidity risk. So many of these bonds or NCDs are listed in the secondary market. So when you want to sell these investments in the secondary market, you might run a risk of not finding a buyer when you want to sell these bonds. So these are some of the NCDs that are available for investors to invest. So let's look at Muthoot Finance Corp Limited has come up with an NCD on 7th April, and the issue is open till 29th April 2021. The issue size is 200 crores and the NCD has been rated as A+ stable. Please, before making investment, one should thoroughly read the indenture document and consult the investment advisor after thoroughly knowing what are the risks behind those investments. In similar fashion, if you see Edelweiss Financial Services Limited, its NCDs is issued and some other NCDs are available for investment. I've also downloaded certain investments that you can make through your Demat account. So these are the certain secondary bonds which are traded, and these bonds are, if you see, tax-free bonds available from different public sector undertakings like NABARD, IIFCL, HUDCO, REC, PFC. So the issuer's name is given, the coupon is given, and the maturity date is given, 25th October 2033, and the face value of the bond is given. The rating of the debt instrument and the issue is given. The coupon, whether the coupon payment frequency is given, that is, it's yearly. Last traded price, maturity amount, YTM is calculated based on the last traded price, the date of maturity, and the coupon payout date is mentioned. So if you see, when you invest in these tax-free bonds based on the indicative YTM, you will get an yield of 4.83%, 4.81, 4.8, 4.7. So these are the yields for tax-free bonds, which are still much higher as compared to the yield that you will get on the fixed deposit instrument. So let's say you have invested in a fixed deposit instrument which was earning you 5.5% as interest. So this is the interest, but what is the after-tax interest? So after-tax interest, let's say you are in the 30% tax slab. So your after-tax yield will be 3.85%. So when 3.85% is compared to 4.83%, it's a good return because these are tax-free yield calculated. So it's a good option to invest in these tax-free bonds after considering what indicative yield you are getting and then comparing that with the after-tax yield that you get from your fixed income securities. So after tax-free bonds, let me show you certain listed bonds that I have downloaded from my Demat account to show you. So these are certain listed bonds that are available in the secondary market from different corporations that you can invest in. So these are the bonds issued by ECL Finance Limited, Tata Power, Tata Steel, and multiple other companies. So if you see these bonds, before making the investment in these bonds, it's very important to thoroughly understand the risk profile of these companies as well as credit rating and other risk factors that you might take when you invest in these bonds. I hope now you have understood what are the alternatives you have when you invest in fixed income securities other than the bank FDRs. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you get the notification whenever we release a new video. Thank you and stay safe.